lesson about the environment and economy, global warming, climate change, and economic model of environmental issues.
The population is growing rapidly, causing a shortage of resources such as land and water should be solved by slowing population growth. Poverty. Many international reports claim that poverty contributes to environment degradation due to lack of sufficient resource and improper knowledge. Poverty-stricken people tend to overuse every resource available to them when their survival is at stake.
Economic growth. When income and consumption increase, environmental resources are being destroyed more and more by the growth of economy.
Urban development and the environment. First, for migration population to urban costs, governments are prepared to cope with the vastly increased strain on existing urban water supply and sanitation facilities. Second, congestion, vehicular and industrial emission and poorly ventilated household stoves bring to high environment costs. Third, lost productivity of disease worker result of existing water source and destruction of infrastructure increase fuel expense incurred by people having to boil unsafe water. Fourth, urban environment worsen at a faster rate than urban population size increase, with the result that the marginal environmental cost of additional residents rise over time. Land in many areas is being insufficiently overexploited by existing populations. Meeting this output target will require radical change in distribution, use, and quantity of resources available to the agriculture sector. The increased accessibility of agricultural inputs to small farmers and introduction of sustainable methods of farming will help to create attractive alternatives to current environmentally destructive pattern of resource use. Climate change is one of the most complex issues facing us today. It involves many dimensions: science, economics, society, politics, and moral and ethics questions, and is a global problem felt on local scale that will be allowed for decades and centuries to come. Carbon dioxide, the heat-trapping greenhouse gas that has driven recent global warming, linger in the atmosphere for hundreds of years, and the planet, especially in the ocean, takes a while to respond to warming. So even if it stopped emitting all greenhouse gas today, global warming and climate change will continue to affect future generations. In this way, humanity is committed to some level of climate change. Because we already commit to level of climate change, responding to climate change involves a two-pronged approach.
classical theory had been applied to environmental issues to determine what conditions are necessary for the efficient allocation of resource and what conditions for the inefficient allocation of resource, or is called market failure. Resource can be divided into two types. First, privately owned resources. From the graph that show the market determines the optimal consumption and production of a natural resource at marginal cost equal to marginal benefit. Marginal cost curve is upward sloping because extraction costs increase as a resource becomes more scarce. The resulting producing surplus is area APB. It called profit or scarcity rents, and the consumer surplus is area DPB. Together, they yield a maximum net benefit equal to DAB. If resources are scarce and rationed, over time scarcity rent may arise, although marginal cost of production is constant. The owner of scarce resource has some units for sale, but he knows that by saving a proportion of it for future sale, he can charge a higher price today. From the graph, assume that a resource owner has 75 units available. If he willing to offer only 50 units for sale today, it makes price higher at PS because the resource decrease. The scarcity rent collected by owner of the resource is equal to the shaded area in the graph. In the absence of scarcity, all of the resource will be sold at the extraction cost P equal to MC. 75 units will be consumed at one time, and no rent will be collected. Second, common property resources. If a scarce resource is publicly owned and is freely available to all, any potential profit or scarcity rents will be competed away and inefficiency will arise. From the graph, suppose for the moment that this piece of land is privately held. The landowner will hire additional labor to work until at L star. The total output equal to AP star multiplied by L star, and scarcity rent will equal to the shaded area. If land is commonly owned, the benefit of land will be reduced because labor will be high until at LC. So, no scarcity rent is collected at LC and inefficient allocation of resources.